Dragon Ball Super Chapter 69 just dropped, and we get information about a new set of Dragon Balls. So we start the chapter with Granola heading back to his home planet, and we get introduced to another new race called the Shigarians, which is a race that actually took over his planet. This is because his planet was ravaged by Frieza's army and was simply destroyed. And this other race called the Shigarians also had the same situation. So they've just been roaming around in space looking for another place to call home. And that's when the Heaters came in and started rebuilding the Cerulean planet. And the Shigarians purchased it from the Heaters. The Shigarians seem like they're a very nice group of people and they get along with Granola just fine. In fact, they constantly are asking Granola to just come and move with them, but Granola seems to like to keep his distance. That way he can live on the mountaintop where he can see the destruction that Frieza caused, kind of to give him that mindset that he wants to, destroy Frieza. We then jump right to Beerus and Vegeta starting their training. Beerus asks Vegeta, how many planets have you destroyed? Vegeta goes into the discussion of the Saiyans' past and everything they've done destructively because that was the only way of life that they knew. It then became a business model once Frieza got into the picture and then enslaved the Saiyan race. Vegeta also mentions this is not necessarily Frieza's fault because this was the path that the Saiyans were going to always end up in anyway. So Beerus says it was the Saiyans' destiny to be wiped out then, and Beerus immediately goes on the attack and confronts Vegeta and says it's ridiculous. Beerus then immediately shows off and destroys a nearby planet. Even Goku's impressed and says Beerus is not somebody you want to mess with. Vegeta asks if that was the technique that Beerus was going to show him. Beerus also mentions that's just a small taste of the destructive power he can do. Beerus then goes on the offense and starts attacking Vegeta. This is typically one method of training. So Beerus also mentions as long as doubt weighs down on your soul, this power will never be yours to begin with. Beerus also says your own crimes aside, you're feeling guilt towards the Saiyans. Beerus continues to beat Vegeta up and just kind of throwing him around. Beerus then brings up a very important detail. He was the one who told Frieza to destroy the Saiyans. You can tell that Beerus is trying to get Vegeta riled up and also tells him to come at him now and fight him. Otherwise, he's going to destroy Vegeta too. Vegeta immediately powers up and starts attacking Beerus. I have to say, these panels looked beautiful during the fight sequence between Beerus and Vegeta, and this is where Toyotaro really shines, is in those dynamic fight sequences that we never really had before in Dragon Ball. Vegeta doesn't really give Beerus much of a challenge, and he puts him right in his place. You can tell Beerus is trying to change Vegeta's mentality. He mentions everything those Saiyans did in the past. What's it got to do with you now? As long as you're trapped by the past, you'll never manage to grow past this point. Then we get to see Beerus's iconic ability, Destruction. But Whis does mention he was holding back to not actually hurt Vegeta and only destroy his armor. Beerus tells Vegeta that his mind is always on destruction, and that's why there's no limit to his power. He then gets real with Vegeta and tells him, if you really want this power, you're gonna have to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate yourself from scratch. Before creation comes destruction. So in Beerus's own way, I think he really started to get through Vegeta to realize Vegeta's really got to change his mindset if he wants to be able to obtain what Beerus can do. But I'm also curious, is this going to lead Vegeta down a path of also becoming a god of destruction? We move over to the Heaters as we get to see they start to learn about the Dragon Balls, as they've never heard of them before. They learn that the Dragon Balls are created by the Namekians, and they learn that the Dragon Balls can grant any wish that they want, and they also find out that the Cerulean planet wasn't just filled with Ceruleans, and of course now it has the Shigarians, but it was shared along with Namekians. That's right, Namekians were living with the Ceruleans on this planet. And we learned that Namekians actually kind of traveled all over the place and had little colonies in all sorts of planets. Of course, we got Namekians on Earth, we've got Namekians on New Namek, and we also get to find out that we have Namekians on the Cerulean planet as well. We then jump back to planet Cereal, and we are instantly introduced to an old Namekian who lives with Granola. Granola is searching for power. He either wants to rebuild the Cereal planet or get enough power to be able to destroy Frieza. The Namekian is trying to tell Granola that seeking vengeance and power is not the way of the Dragon Balls and is only going to cause further problems in the future. But then we learn something interesting. Granola already has one Dragon Ball, but they mentioned you only need 2. Only 2 Dragon Balls are required in order to make a wish. We have not seen anything like this before. Every Dragon Ball set that we've ever been with has always been 7. We've had, I think, about 3 or 4 different sets of Dragon Balls at this point, and it always required 7. Of course, the power of the Namekian is going to determine how powerful the Dragon Balls are.
I'm pretty sure I should be able to make new Dragon Balls within 100 days.
But again, this Dragon Ball set only needs 2. Only 2 Dragon Balls. This is very different from everything we've ever seen. So we get to watch Granola just hanging out, watching some good old Shigerian TV as they have some kind of TV show with this beautiful song, by the way. Yes, we can't hear it, but I can't wait for this to be animated so we can listen to these vibing tunes. With lyrics like sugar toast love, tasty breakfast, you know you got a hit on your hands. But with convenient storytelling, the news network jumps in and says that they found this mysterious ball, and immediately we can see that it is a Dragon Ball. So as the Shigerians are doing research on this ball, as they have no idea what it is, Granola decides to take it upon himself and go and sneak into the science facility and just steal the Dragon Ball. He's able to take the Dragon Ball with absolutely no difficulty. We then see Granola with both Dragon Balls, again, only 2, and then he goes and summons the dragon. The dragon gets summoned by Granola, and we get to see this really interesting design. I actually really like the way this dragon looks, but we can immediately tell that this dragon is considerably smaller than the Namekian and Earth dragons that we've seen before. So the dragon asks for Granola's wish, and of course, what does he wish for? He asks to be turned into the greatest warrior in the universe. Well, that'll be really convenient. That's one way to get someone to just jump the ranks and become incredibly powerful. But then that leaves me wondering, why has nobody ever asked for this wish before? If it's that simple, a 2-star Dragon Ball can grant you the ability to be the strongest warrior in the universe, well, then I can only imagine what a 7-star Dragon Ball can do. The wish hasn't been granted yet, so we have no idea if it's going to be fulfilled or not. On top of that, I would imagine that maybe because he is only a 2-star dragon, that he can't actually make him become the strongest in the universe, but maybe he can grant him the ability to become one of the strongest, or pretty high up there. But I don't think a 2-star dragon is going to be able to grant him the ability to be the most powerful thing in the universe. So I do think that there will be a compromise here, and that Granola is not going to become the most powerful in the universe. But again, I do think he will become more powerful nonetheless. But what do you think? Do you think Granola is going to become the most powerful in the universe? Or what's going to be the stipulations of this ability that a 2-star dragon can do? Of course, you got to keep that in mind, that this dragon is significantly weaker than other dragons. But that also leaves the other idea that are there other sets of balls out there that maybe has 3 stars, 4 stars, 5? Maybe there's even some that have even more than 7. But that would be kind of weird because we got to see the Galactic Dragon Balls, and those were also 7. So this is kind of weird that all these sets have always been 7, but now we get one that's only 2. So I want to know, what do you think about all this? Leave a comment below. We are getting ready for chapter 70. Also, don't forget to check out my latest video that I just dropped. It's regarding Dragon Ball Evolution, everyone's favorite Dragon Ball movie of all time. Okay, maybe not, but I put a lot of work into it. I'll put a link in the description, so definitely check that one out. It's a lot of fun. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, it really helps, and leave a comment. I want to know what you think about this ability of only 2 Dragon Balls. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video.